Hey, it's Marshall Tingle with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of May 22nd through the 28th. So before I get started, I just want to hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend, got to spend some time with their families, remember the real reason for the holiday, and hopefully y'all didn't get too sunburned like I did. I'm pretty much fried. But that's neither here nor there. But let's talk about this cattle this past week. So we sold 16,000 head of cattle, just a hair over like 16,080 for the week, which is back just a little bit from what we've been seeing, average about 2,000 head back from what it was last week. But still kind of how this year's been just a little bit different. We're still 5,000 head over what we sold this time last year. So just goes to show that this year's market cycle, so to speak, is just a little bit different than what it has been. Now, here's the real crazy part. So the state called your feeder cattle this week unevenly steady to $4 higher, with exceptions of $8 higher. And I think pretty much what that has been going on this week and a little bit of last week, but more this past week, is you've just got a lot of people that are either full or needing to get full. And as far as your buyers are concerned, and as far as your cattle being marketed, you've got those that have held on those last little bit that have got really good set of cattle. And you've got a lot of cleanup calves coming through there, a lot of sort offs or sort backs or whatever it might be. Just your quality's been kind of spotty, and then there's been so much going on still as far as volatility in the market as a whole, and then this whole fuel price deal. But let's talk about this. So your 4-weight cattle this week, 4-weight steer cattle that is, you're looking at $1.60 to $2. They topped off the market at $2.09. Now your 5-weight steer cattle, a little bit more variation in them this week. You're looking at $1.45 to $2 flat as your spread, which is a pretty good size spread on that. But I'd say most of them could be bought and averaged out about $1.75. Now, let's talk about your loads. So, again, this week, not a whole lot of 8-weight cattle sold. Actually, I only found just 2 or 3 sets of them. You're seeing a lot more of your 5s, 6s, and 7s, and then even up in your 9s and some big 1,000-weight cattle come through. So let's talk about these real fast, compare them, and get a little bit more in-depth into this, so to speak. So, as far as your 8 weights are concerned, here's a set of 39 head. These are all black steers. They averaged 825 pounds on the average at 151.70. Now compare that to a full load of them now. So there's 39 head the first deal. Here's 61 head, all black-coated steers as well, 820 pounds on the average at 155.75. So that's just going to show you a little bit of comparison there in your market this week. You're looking at about $4 premium on having a load versus having a small set of them. Now 39's not anything to shy on, but it's still not exactly a full load. Now, let's do a little bit of comparison. We've been talking here the last couple of weeks about how your 8-weight cattle, once they get to 850 pounds, they drop back. Let's compare some 7 weights and some 9 weights to how our 8-weight cattle have been trading. So here's one example. Here's 65 head of these. These are black steers. Just a sprinkle and a Charolais to them, just a touch of color. 719 pounds on the average at 158.95. Now let's compare that to your 9-weight cattle. So here's 60 head of these. Again, black and Charolais crosses, just a sprinkle and a Charolais in them. 916 pounds on the average, so almost a solid 200 heavier at 146.95. Now throw that in the middle on your load of 8 weights there at 820 pounds at 155.75. That just goes to show you just a little bit of the spread going on. So there's not as much of a decrease, not as much of an increase on your lightweight cattle as there is a decrease on your heavyweight cattle. So once they get up over that 8-weight mark is where you're really starting to see your price slide down just a little bit. Now, talk about your CME feeder cattle index for the week. So actually, the CME feeder cattle index was pretty steady this week. You did see an increase there on Thursday, but as far as our cattle are concerned, we're trading right on the money here in the state of Kentucky. Between, if you averaged out your 155 and your 151, compare that to CME, that's a pretty tight average for this past week. So Monday the 23rd, your CME feeder cattle index was 153.17. Tuesday the 24th, you're looking at 153.35, so not much change. And then by Wednesday the 25th, you're looking at 153.80. Now here's where we saw our increase for the week. Thursday the 26th, 154.72, so about a solid dollar there, about 90 cents on it. And then Friday the 27th, you're right back to $1.5375. So pretty much steady all week long, but it's good to see that our cattle are getting right back up there and trading right on the money with the CME feeder cattle index. We were back a little bit last week, but I think we're back this week. So if you have any questions on this, if you're interested on putting an LRP policy in on a set of lightweight calves that you've got, or if you're worried about this fall's calf crop coming in, you can put an LRP policy on your calf crop that has not been born yet, or your future calf crop coming in for your falls here. Or if you want to put them in on a set of big heavy steers, you can do that as well. If you're interested in the LRP policy, reach out to us at Superior Ag Insurance. Call Ian Thomas at 859-613-2453 or call Damon Reed at 859-200-9188. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.